Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Zombies Love Bacon podcast, episode 1, season 2. That's right, we're back. It was a bit doubtful for a little bit there, but we came back. And when I say we, Shelby's here.
I'm still here. He hasn't gotten rid of me yet.
And new reoccurring character in this arc that is season 2, Vince.
I'm here, and I'm guessing he can't wait to get rid of me.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. If leave a comment if you want us to get rid of him.
Leave too if you want me to stay.
We'll make it like a Survivor thing where we vote each other off.
There's only 3 of us. It's a very short season.
One of us goes, the podcast is done.
Yeah, let's get the obvious things out of the way. We haven't done a podcast since November last year.
Yes.
And very simply, and I just want to put it out there, we had like a whole new variant of a COVID came just when we thought shit was getting okay. And, hands up who got COVID.
My hands up.
We all got it.
You got 2 hands up.
He got it twice.
I got it twice.
What else did I put up if I got tonsillitis immediately after?
You put tonsils up.
Yeah, I wish. Can we take them out, please?
Yes, well, someone was Googling how to remove tonsils this morning.
That was my breakfast research.
It's shit. I fully prepared. Like I was like, I saw this meme today and it really summed it up. I was like, 2022, that's it. We're going to fucking do something. It's going to be a great year. This is my year. And then on the 1st of January, I got COVID.
Wow, what a way to start the year.
And then it was like, I was dead. Like I felt like I've had pretty nasty flus. I've had some really nasty like infections and stuff in my time. It was nothing compared to this. I was just dead. I was just couldn't do anything. But I think I watched The Office. The Office on non-stop, and I would sleep for like 18 hours, wake up for 2, and then sleep for another 18. And then that was like it. And then when I woke up and was like, finally had enough energy to be like, fuck, what do I do about this situation? Of course, Shelby's was getting it or got it by that point. And the news on like January 3rd was, there's so much goddamn COVID out there. We can't test everyone anymore. So we're closing a heap of test places. Good luck with that.
No more contact
tracing. And I think it was like, hey, if you want a rat test, you got to go out to your street corner and I don't know, swap tricks.
I had to do. I was not very well, and I was still trying to get rapid tests. And the quickest we ended up getting them is family.
It was the dumbest, frustrating thing ever. Which was, hey, you're sick. You need to go do stuff about it. Also, don't go anywhere. I'm like, wait, what am I meant to fucking do? So I just literally watched The Office for a week before it was, yes, my parents up in Mildura found a rat test and mailed it to me. And then I had a rat test and it was negative because I'd been sick for already like nearly 2 weeks at that point. So
I could have told you it was negative after 2 weeks, bro.
I still felt like shit. I was just dying. But it was, I ended up, after 2 weeks, I like messaged one of my coworkers. I'm like, can you just I literally was like planning to go back to the office and go back to normal life. And I'm like, can you just bring all my shit back home from the office? And I'm just going to work from home. And that was basically my January, February. I had my birthdays in January. That was just, I don't even remember January really, to be honest. It was just shit. And then, Shelby got it and that was great. And we haven't done much.
I got a co-infection. I ended up getting tonsillitis, and that lasted a very long time.
It's all Vince's fault, really. It's New South Wales fucked it for all of us.
You know what? We're actual sad cunts, New South Wales. I'm not even joking.
It was it's like we don't need masks anymore, and then instantly everyone was sick.
Right. The day they removed the masks, they had like 2,000 cases. 3 days after, it went up to like 10,000.
It was so fast. I mean, if you ever want to see like, like the result, like people, you go, we'll take the mask off. Cases might go up, blah, blah. It was instant. It's like the next day. But hey, to everyone's credit, no one put the masks back on. They just sort of stuck with it and ride it out. And I think it's, they just don't talk about it anymore, is what I've noticed. Like COVID's like, it's almost as if the media's been told to fucking lay off COVID.
Yeah, it's World War III now, that's why.
I mean, yeah, it's World War III. Also, half of Australia went underwater, went for a dip, cheeky dip.
But even though, we talk about there's World War III and like the floods and whatever, most of the news is still just reporting all the information about Married at First Sight anyway. So.
Well, yes. Well, I pointed this out to you last week, Shelby. I was on news.com, which has been a staple for like, if I need news, like just general absorption of news when I'm bored, I'd go to news.com. It was like 8 articles about how to please your lover on the front page of it. I'm like, this isn't fucking news anymore. Half the country's underwater, World War III and COVID exists, and here I am talking about don't do this trick to makes your lover not happy in 20 seconds or some shit. I'm like, they just go for clicks. And Married at First Sight must be the most watched piece of media in Australia, the way that it's trending all the time. I've never even watched an episode. I have no idea what it is.
I fucking hate it. I'm not gonna lie, I applied for it a couple years ago.
Hey, really? No, tell us more about that.
I'll tell you why. I might have the email still. I'll look it up and see if I still have it. Basically, I watched about 3 seasons ago when there was this fucking... it was actually the season after the funny Arab guy, the Egyptian guy.
And you're like, that's me. I could do this.
No, there was a season, I think the girl's name was Ennis. And she was the fucking angry one, like blue eyes. Anyway, she was fucking psycho. And I was like, you know what? This will be the funniest thing if I apply and I get someone like her just to see what happens. So I applied.
What do you mean by see what happens, though? The point of the show is you're meant to get married, yeah?
Yeah, no, but it's all fake, bro.
Yeah, but it's how fake, though?
I think...
Would you have got married? Would you have gone with it,
Fuck no. Look at him married.
Well, no reason they didn't put you on the show.
Look, if they're going to pay me to do it, yeah, fuck it over. I'll marry fucking 20 blokes if they want me to.
How much are they going to pay you?
Fucking pay me $50, bro. I'm happy. Money's money. Right? As long as I'm on TV and my presence is seen across the country, I'm happy.
I've been on TV, dude. It's not like it's very temporary.
Yeah, but like I'm a different breed, bro. I'm built different.
Oh,
bro.
Okay. All right. Oh,
like, if I was on TV, I'd fucking create the biggest drama ever.
All right. Serious question, because I could probably put a good word in for you, but would you go on the block? Would you go on the block?
The fuck is the block? Is
the
that
renovating show?
Bro, I can't even paint.
I was on that show, bro.
Yeah, but were you building?
I was on that show for 5 seasons. I was their liaison to the hardware store.
Okay, well, tell them if they need phone contracts to come and see me, and I can give them phones.
Actually, they're sponsored by Telstra, but at least they were when I was with them. They got free phones and shit.
Don't tell anyone. I work for Vodafone, but I'm with Telstra.
Oh shit!
Oh my god, what's wrong with
Well, so basically, all they do, like these days, they do fuck all on that show. All they do on that show is like pay people to do shit, right? They pay all the contractors and stuff like that. So you'd thrive at that because I bet you got a cousin in every field, right? You could just be like, you got concreting issues? No worries. Tyler?
My dad's a concreter.
You got a Tyler?
Tyler.
Yeah. You got a plasterer?
I don't know. Maybe my brother.
The only
construction, so maybe.
the only thing you actually would have to do yourself is paint, unfortunately.
No, don't worry. I've got a cousin who's a painter, bro. He'll fix it up for me.
So, but my point is, right? I was on that show, and I did like anytime they had like a challenge or they had, like they had to buy stuff like timber and plaster and paint, all that sort of shit. Then most of the time they'd be buying it from myself, and I was getting paid by Channel 9 to help them out, and yes, a lot of it's sort of faked, and there was a lot of drama that I think a lot of the producers sort of went, oh, this could be good if we just sort of pump this up a little bit. But I think some of the episodes that I was on, 2.8 million people were tuned in to watch it, and like,
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, since you've worked on the show, and it would probably be like the funniest thing to them to have like, oh, you guys know this guy, he used to work on the show, and like now he's a contestant. Should you and I sign up to join the block as contestants?
You would okay, all right. Look, this is a safe space, all right? This is for us and podcast listeners everywhere, right? Don't share the secret to everyone else. But what they do for reality TV, and I'm sure it's the same with Married at First Sight and all that social shows, they have like ways to piss everyone off because it makes good TV. So they wake you up early, they keep you up late, they'll tell you getting fed at 7, but then they'll be late till like 9 o'clock, and then they'll give you the wrong food to piss you off.
You just said like 10 things in a row that already annoy me.
Yeah, they do. So they do all this shit so that you're always you're always aggro and you end up fighting with your partner or you fight with someone else or there's some kind of drama. You know, they're never treated really well. And the whole thing is you're meant to when you come out of it, you become a celebrity, right? You're meant to be a celebrity. So Married at First Sight, I imagine, there is a lot on, I guess, probably Instagram, maybe TikTok. Like they'll come out of that show and they'll just be on their Instagram and everyone will follow their Instagram and then they'll go do, influencer shit and then write it out. My experience with the Block, and I perfect, I just want to be totally transparent. I was on it and I did nothing about it. Like I didn't want to be in it. I just did my job and got paid and that was it. While the show was playing, I would get people recognize me. And some people would literally just walk up and go, I know you from somewhere. And they wouldn't be able to pick where, but they go, I know you from somewhere. Especially if I was like on the ad that week or something like that. As soon as the show was over, done. No one even saw me anymore. And then the people that I know that were like stars of the show, lucky to get 6-8 months afterwards of being fame. Because then the next season starts and the new hotness begins. So it's like would you get married on this show if you're only going to get 6 months worth of fame out of it? Because you really need to do something.
Yeah, but I think Vince would know how to milk it.
Well, that's why. I mean,
I could be famous for 10 years.
I reckon it would be the funniest Block if Vince just gets on there and only hires relatives to build his house.
Oh, wait, do I hire people to do it?
Yeah, you hire people with builders because you get a budget. You get given money.
Hold on, I don't pay anything?
No, you don't pay anything.
Like you're still encouraged to do some of the painting and stuff.
No, you have to do the painting because it's good for television, right? So you buy the paint, that's fine. But all the the plasterers, chippy, all that sort of stuff. The idea is if you do it yourself, it's cheap. If you just pay for everything, you run out of money. But if your cousins are doing cash in hand jobs everywhere, everyone will be like, "How's this guy keeping it so under budget?" It's like, well, that's my Uncle Tony, that's Gary.
So what happens if I'm painting and I mysteriously slip my disc in my back and then I can no longer paint?
Oh my God. Nah, you know what they'll probably do? They'll probably make some big song and dance out of how your teammates all pulled together. They rallied to help you paint your room.
Put a word in for me.
Well, that's the thing. You need a
let's make this happen.
You need a teammate or like a partner to take with you.
Yeah, who would your partner be?
Me and Pez, bro.
Take Pez?
Yeah. Fuck it, I'll get him to paint, bro. The guy will paint the whole wall if you tell him you put electronics behind it. It's all over.
I think you two would have killed each other within like 10 minutes.
It's like
I reckon it'll be all right.
That's the other thing as well. It's like 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Yeah. So 12 weeks of just constant renovating and whatever. I don't even know what they do anymore because I'm not part of the show anymore. But certainly when I did it, there was I think the first season, the budget was quite low, so they did a lot of things kind of rough to make the show. Yeah. But some of the contestants, they literally just had to quit their jobs, and their job was to be on this show for 12 weeks. Because the way that it works is the prize money is, so they buy these shit houses, right? They're falling apart. They're garbage houses. And to a certain degree, I think the producers go in there and they, kick it a few more times and make sure it's really crap. And they send these builders in there to make sure they're not going to collapse because OH&S, all that sort of stuff. And then they send the contestants in there for 12 weeks. They make it all pretty with given vouchers from all the sponsors. So, like Freedom Furniture gave them like 20 grand or whatever, some stuff like that. And then once it's finished, they sell it. They sell the house at auction, and whatever the profit is. So for the base cost of the house, what if they cost them $400K and then they sell it for $1 million? That $600K goes in your pocket. And then whoever wins, whoever makes the most money or most profit gets an extra $100K on top of that.
So can we knock it down and build a duplex?
You get double your money? You'll blow your budget. That's cheating.
Bro, what do you mean? But nothing. What's my budget?
That's what I don't know. It's like I think from the hardware store it's $25K. And then Beacon Lighting will give you $20K, and then Harvey Norman might give you $20K or something like that.
I need $400K and I'll have a duplex built. Easy. Like proper finishing everything, bro. $400K, I'll have it done.
But so this is a bit of a tangent, but let's think a little bit more bigger picture here. So from a cost point of view, all right, obviously you got to pay your staff to make the show. You don't need writers because it's a reality show, so they do their own thing.
I have no writers at all.
You don't need writers. That's reality. They just film what's happening.
Writers.
Hey,
MAFs has writers.
I bet it does. Some of that shit. They have writers for like whatever. For the announcers and whatever else. But then but the house is paid for because that gets paid for at the auctions. They buy a house for $500K and then they sell it for whatever they sell it for, and the $500K goes back in the bank. So they don't have to worry about that. Everything's handed to them by sponsors, so like they don't actually have to give them any cash money. It's all from sponsors. And half the time they give the contestants GoPros to film themselves anyway, so you only need half the film credit. It's the cheapest TV to make when you think about it. Like versus, making any even making like Neighbours or something like that. There's a heap of work into set design and all that. So you don't have to do any of that. Literally just film them building a house that you're gonna get your money back on at the end. It's a scam. When you think about it. It's a scam.
How to apply for the block. Block.realitystore.tv. Oh, look at that. Applications are now open. Deadline midnight 18th October 2021. Fucking these
shit.
I'm not applying for this, bro. They don't fucking update their website. Fuck. You must complete all elements of application, including video, or your application will not be reviewed. Click here for photo and video requirements.
So hang on. When you applied for Married at First Sight, did you send anything apart from just an email?
No. So when you apply, they ask you to fill out a form, and they're like, "Oh, why do you want to be on this show?" Blah blah blah. And then I made up this fucking bullshit. I was at work with my workmate. I'm like, "Oh, I'm so lonely. This and that. I want to go for long romantic walks on the beach."
Oh,
like all this fucking bullshit. And then they emailed me back, and they're like, "All right, we want to do a video call with you." And I just never responded.
Oh, you could have got on.
Fuck that, bro. I'm not doing that.
You could have got on. You just said before you'd marry 20 blokes.
That's right.
Yeah, there's 20 blokes. Won't be marry a chick, bro. I can't do that. Nah, see, the thing is, like, with MAFs, like, I feel like you have to be, like, 30 to be on it, bro. Like, I was 24 or 25 when I tried to apply. It's, like, a bit too young, you know?
No. It would have been a great TV. What are you talking about?
Don't worry, bro. I've got 2 years left. As soon as I hit 30, if I'm single, I'm straight going on that show.
All right. Bookmark that point in this podcast. It's out there.
Telling you.
All right.
I'm going on MAFs, bro.
I'm going to count down the days.
I'm going to make my mum proud when she sees me on TV. She sees me going off in Arabic, bro. I'm just not going to stop swearing in Arabic. It's going to be the funniest thing.
They show a lot more than just going off on TV. They show going off, If you know, you know. Your mum would be proud of that.
I mean, honestly, I don't know.
Is his mum already proud of him? Like,
I don't know if she's proud of me now to be proud of that.
Like, are we already tampering with like a good reputation he has with his mother, or is it already as low as it can go?
You know what though? You're kind of right, because as much as I didn't really give a shit about being on television or whatever else, it was just whatever. It just happened, My mum was so fucking happy that she had something she could like rub her nose into all her friends and like co-workers and shit. She fucking loved that shit. She's like, "Oh, just tell us some more facts about the show. So, just let me know and tell them." And then like introduce me to people. It was like, "Oh, yeah, this is my son. He's on the TV." And I'm like,
on the TV?
On the TV. I'm on the television.
People get really like amped up about like small television appearances, because I once was invited to an engagement party, and it was told to me, like really drilled into my head, so and so's cousin's girlfriend was on Big Brother. She's gonna be there, and I'm like, who the fuck? Who are you talking about?
Hey, I want to take this time to just point out that I was on the block when we got the gold Logie, so.
So it's partly your gold Logie.
I got a gold Logie.
Gold
Logie winner.
Where is it?
Well, Scotty's got it. Oh, mate,
Scotty.
Scotty Cam's got it.
Cam, where does he live?
He also turned it into a bottle opener. True
What?
story. Yeah. It's a true story. He did. He drilled out the bottom of it, put a bottle opener in it so he can open his stubbies with it.
What a fucking guy. What a bloke.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day, right? And there's varying stories about how Scotty came to be the host and Channel 9 whatever personality. But the key factors are all the same. Apparently, he just looked like the right guy when there was a Channel 9 exec hanging out at a pub in Sydney, and they approached him and said, "Hey, would you be interested in doing a screen test? Could maybe have some work for you coming up at Channel 9, blah, blah, blah." And he said, "Go fuck yourself." He's like, okay. And then the guy like wrote down the number off his truck out the front of the pub and then called him the next day when he was sober and asked him again. And he said, sure, I'll give it a go. And now he gets paid ridiculous amount of money to do nothing really.
So what I'm hearing is we need to spend more time at the pub and get discovered.
That's how you get rich. Just going to the pub is what I've learnt.
I'd rather my dad apply than me, to be honest, actually, after looking at this.
They do father-son teams.
I'm not fucking teaming up with my dad. No fucking chance, bro. They're going to fucking lock me up for terrorism charges when they see me next to him. Fuck me, dad. No way am I getting near that guy. Fuck, that'll be the funniest thing, though, with his fucking import, like broken English, trying to speak to them. His arms behind his back crossed, with his chest out.
I could just imagine him like they're trying because they have like the building inspector who like comes around and makes sure you're all behaving yourself, and he'll be coming and go, "What's going on here?" And you guys will be like talking in different language about it to the tradies. The tradies will be like, they had no idea. You'd fuck.
My dad's gonna kidnap that inspector.
They would hire a translator just to make sure you're not saying anything to
They'll be nicking fucking tiles off the competitors and shit like that.
We should be stealing their copper and selling it. They catch us at the metal place selling them.
Oh man, I like this show. I'd watch it. I'd probably watch that. I don't watch reality TV
give
anymore.
Vince his own show now.
Honestly, if I had my own show, I'd be like the most famous guy in the world.
If you had your own, what would your show be? All right, they give you a bag of money because this is the way it works, right? If you go if we use Scotty as an example, right? He's on a retainer, so Channel 9 pay him to just be Team Channel 9. Like he might not be even making a show, but he's still just taking home cash, right? So, but then what happens is when they need talent on shows, they go and they pick from their people that are on retainer. So let's say they've put you on retainer and they've gone, fuck, we've got a slot on Wednesday nights. We need you to come up with a show, All
right, what time Wednesday though?
We're gonna go. It's like late prime time, so like 9:30 p.m.
Okay, so I can have fun with it.
Yeah. So kids are gone to bed. You're allowed to do some MA 15+ stuff.
Honestly, I would make a show about every single person I know because everyone I know is fucked in the head somehow, and they do some fucked up shit. So I would just like similar to the 1,000 Ways to Die in the West.
Oh yeah.
Like 1,000 dumb shit, like 1,000 dumb shit things that happen in Sydney's southwest.
So it's almost like a what do they call it, like street talk, but almost like Jackass edition. So you just go out and just talk to
like a Lebanese Jackass, but just talking to people.
I was imagining it more to be like a mini docuseries where it has like a very serious talking, like a voiceover for someone who sounds very serious, and they're just narrating the dumb shit.
Originally I thought he's just going to have like his own like night talk show sort of thing where he just invites his mates on in front of a live audience and they talk shit.
Nah. If I had the actual money, I'm telling you, these stories from like people around these areas and like my family members' fucked stories. Like honestly, people would pay big money to hear these dumb things. Like we got people that we know that are convinced they've been stabbed 106 times by Johnny Brahim. Like just shit like that, and just like
where's his Underbelly series?
Underbelly, nothing. More like fucking cooked, bro.
Oh man,
I'm telling you, we have some fucking cooked people here. You can come up, you can make the funniest stories, but at the same time, you have some very, very serious stuff. But if we were doing a narrator, he'd have to talk like a fully sick, like, cause this guy went to the shop and he done this, like that full Arab thing.
I mean, you could always flip the script, right, and just get like the straightest straight guy you could get from fucking Channel 9, like a news anchor, and then make him come out and just introduce him to these people, but give him no context beforehand and just watch their reaction. So this guy's like, so what happened to you? I got stabbed 109 times, mate. Look at the fucking scars. Look at them.
Oh my God. You know what? I'd rather just get you into, since you're famous, Mr. Famous.
Oh yeah, me. Yeah.
You can come and interview.
We'll put them all on the block. They can build a house.
Fuck, you put them on the block, bro. There's going to be no money left for the block.
It'll be a new meaning to the block, that's for sure.
Literally. It'll be the leb block. That'd be fucking, that's their block now, bro.
Oh my God.
Why do I have a photo of Scotty Cam up? Go away.
Go away, Scotty.
I had to look at him. Fuck, bro. Like,
it was actually, like, we've talked about it briefly in the past, but there was So basically, they filmed at my store, and they built a studio there. So because they didn't have their own studio, so they're like, oh, it'd be cool to have like do like their challenges and stuff like that with a backdrop, which is a hardware store and stuff like that. So they actually built a studio. But then they're like, well, you know, your trading hours don't really suit our filming hours, so can we get someone to stay back and keep the store open and stuff like that? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I can do that. Boss was instantly like, we ain't paying him, so you're gonna have to pay him. So he's gonna have to be employed by you guys. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. And they go, what do you get paid an hour? And I think I was getting paid like $20 an hour. So I'm like, 35 an hour, yeah. And they're like, yeah, no worries. And ticked it. I'm like, fuck, I should have asked for more. They were so quick to go, yeah, no worries, you get 35 an hour, easy. And then literally, like, I'd close the store, but keep all the lights and stuff on. And me and Scotty would sit there just fucking, because they had full catering spread every time they filmed there. And it includes like lots of booze. So we'd be sitting there just sinking VBs and bloody, you know, just munching on fucking pizza and stuff like that. And anyway, so part of it was because I was like a reoccurring character in a sense. It's fuck, I kind of hate this story, but it's funny because it's just so strange. But all right, I'm going to go into detail. It's going to sound stupid because it is, but this is the magic of television where they can make the smallest fucking inconveniences seem like the worst, right? So there was a season where it was in a tower. So they all had like apartments, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 apartments, right? And apartments like 3, 4, and 5 were kind of all chummy together, and apartments 1 and 2 were kind of chummy together, but they didn't necessarily like each other, if that makes sense. Then one day, I think it was someone from apartment 3 came in, got a heap of like paint equipment and stuff from me, and they're like, oh, while I'm here, we're all painting the exterior, it's rough brick, what do you need? And I'm like, yeah, no worries, you know, these are the rollers that you can use. You know, the fluffier the roller, the more it can get into the grooves, and it holds more paint, and we'll do it faster. And she's like, cool, I'll take some of those, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, I need some for the other ones as well, but they want longer ones. So I'm like, well, the only long ones are these ones. They're not fluffy. And they're like, that's fine, they'll do. That's what they wanted. Took that, didn't think anything more of it, right? Nothing at all. Then, one of the couples that were there, who got the long roller, not the fluffy roller, the long roller, they're twins and they're cops. And the producers came in and they said, oh, we're going to do this thing. The twins want to quiz you, sort of like an interrogation about a paint roller. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll do whatever. I don't care. You know, it's just care factor 0. So anyway, they came in, they quizzed me, and they're like, oh, so did they ask for this roller? And was this the roller that you gave them? And is this the roller you would have recommended? And it's like, it's so fucking weird. I'm like, okay. I gave it a... And then as they're like walking away, I could hear the producer in the next dial. And they're like, oh, so is the information check out? Does it check with the what you were told? Do you think they're lying to you? Maybe it's some kind of sabotage. Like, they were just pumping up this whole fucking story. And I'm like, this is weird. Anyway, I get a phone call later on from the couple that I originally served, and she was like in tears and stuff, and she's like, what did you tell them, blah blah blah? And I'm like, I just told them what happened. Why? It's just a paint roller. And they're like, so, you know, it's all, there's apparently it's the wrong one, and there's all this drama now and stuff like that, and they're all in tears and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't care. So I clocked off, went home, I don't give a shit, right? Fast forward like 3 months, because we film like 10 weeks ahead, right? So fast forward 3 months, sitting back late, sinking some beers, having some pizza. Yeah, everyone's on break, so everyone's sort of just sitting around chatting, blah, blah, blah. And one of the other couples goes, oh, we were talking about you today. And I'm like, about me? And they're like, yeah, we had media interviews for the premiere. And I'm like, what's that got to do with me? And they're like, oh, well, all the magazines want to know about you. I'm like, okay. Didn't think anything else of it. Didn't connect the dots or anything. Fast forward to when the show actually is on air, I get a message from my mum. Hey, you're in TV Week. I'm like, what? You're in the magazine. I just read it. I was in the supermarket and I was waiting to get served. I was reading the magazine, and you're in there. It says it's you from your store. Like, it actually says my name and where I am, right? And I'm like, okay, what did I do? And they're like, oh, apparently you sabotaged one of the couples for the to set them up to fail because one of the other couples you're helping with, you got the Summit Alliance. I'm like, what?
Wow, you're an op.
So get to the week. So that's like leading up to it, right? So then the next week I'm on the ad. I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook. I'm on their Twitter. I'm on their Instagram. Everything. They got a picture of my face, and they got interrogation, and they like they're playing the Law and Order theme as they're like interrogating me about this fluffy rollergate. It was called, and apparently I split the whole teams up, so there was a feud, and they never would talk to each other or help each other from there onwards. All because I gave them the wrong roller cover for their paint roller, and it was a whole thing that went on for fucking months. And like people would come into the store because it says like where I am. People would come into my store just to tell me their thoughts on the situation.
And what was the craziest thought you got from someone? I'm very curious to know.
They came in. I remember this fucking Nana came in, and she was like asking me how much I got paid to sabotage them. Like I was getting paid to sabotage them. Like it was like paid me off or some shit. I'm like, I don't know what you're fucking talking about. I said they're just roller covers. People buy the shittest roller cover all the time and just paint. It's not a big deal. It's not fucking anything. But because the producers they got this huge spin, so they had Rollergate. And I think you can even Google Rollergate the block, and it still comes up. And it's like, fuck me. It was the most reality TV moment that I've ever had. Man, I don't know. It's a whole nother world. And 2.8 million people tuned in to watch me sabotage them by selling them the wrong roller cover for painting.
Single-handedly ruined it.
Single-handedly ruined the entire series.
All because of Rollergate.
Yeah.
I can't find anything on Rollergate.
I'll put some link. If you listen to some like on YouTube and stuff, I'll chuck some links in below. People can have a look at it. I'll chuck some on the Twitter as well. Right. I'll find the thing. I've even got the article from TV Week still saved somewhere, so you can read all about it. It's a last thing, because we're dragging on about fucking reality TV, but I just want to talk about one other experience because as much as like it's just fucking weird, right? So there was like I said, the first season was a bit of an unknown because like when they originally made the block, it was in Sydney and it had its own thing, and it was like people would still go to work during the day and they would just work on these houses in their spare time. Then they retooled it all, moved to Melbourne, did this whole new format, and it was a low budget to start with, and we'd just finished. We'd filmed everything, and then the show had been going, and we're getting towards the end of the show, and they do this thing called the Open for Inspections, where they invite people watching the show to actually come and have a look at the house themselves. It's a whole thing. So anyway, they buzzed me and they said, "Hey, open inspections this weekend. Be cool if you come and rep your company. We're expecting maybe 500 people there. Probably 3 hours of your time. You interested?" I said, "Yeah, cool. I'll bring some, vouchers and stuff like that. We can do some giveaways and cool, all that sort of stuff." So I come into the suburb at like 8 a.m. I think I'll grab a coffee beforehand. The thing doesn't start till 11. I get at 8 a.m. and there's just like people everywhere, and not even where I was going, like just people everywhere in the area. I'm like, there's a lot of people out for today. I hope they're not all coming to this thing. I was wrong. They were all coming to that thing. There was already 15,000 people lined up at this thing, and like the entire street was full. They had formed a line that was going a lot, and it was stopping traffic. Because they expected 200 people, they had 2 security guards, and 15,000 people showed up. So then I just opted into security, and my job was to kick the people out once they got to the end house. It's like, all right, move along. A lot of people come through. Come on, out you get. This is pretty much what I did. By the time it got to like lunchtime, where there was nearly 20,000 people there, and they had mounted police like trying to control the crowds going in there. And I remember this guy, and I'll never forget this moment because it was the fucking saddest moment in history. This guy was like, he was just sort of loitering at the end of the line in the last house. Said, "Mate, you got to keep moving. A lot of people to come through. You've seen the house. He's got to go." And he goes, "No, I can't. The contestants, they're missing." I said, I think it was Josh. I think it was Josh from the house I was at. And I'm like, "Josh is grabbing some lunch. He's been here for 3 hours. He hasn't had a break yet, so he's just having a quick break. But you've seen the house. You would need to keep moving." He goes, "No, I can't. I can't do it." It's like, "I need his signature." And he pulls out this handmade autographed book that is just like made out of cardboard, stitched together in like magazine clippings. This man is a grown-ass 40-plus-year-old man trying to get a signature from a nothing celebrity from a reality TV, and he was about to get physical with me over this. And I was just like, "Mate, you got to go." And then the other security guard saw the whole thing, and he came over and just sort of, pushed him along. And between the two of us, we can get him to go. And then we still caught him trying to jump the back fence. We're like, mate, you gotta go. You can't come in here. Like, I felt like going, fuck off and get your life together, dude. This is weird. And that was the first, like, they had 2 weekends planned for it. And the second weekend, they brought, 30 security cops and put actual fences and stuff up and actually controlled the crowd. But it was insane. I have never seen that much fandom and craziness over a fucking reality TV show. I just have a different perspective on the world after that.
You're a changed man, aren't you?
Well, I felt like I got my life together because I'm not as sad as that individual. I don't know who he is or anything, but
yeah, I mean, it's pretty like sus. To be honest with you.
I mean, yeah, it's the sort of Well, I'm not. Look, I don't want to say that his autograph book looked like a serial killer's note, but it looked like a serial killer's note. Cutouts from magazines and so on. Anyway,
he's a stan.
Yes.
He's a stan, isn't he?
He's a stan. Yep.
Wow.
That,
cool.
Now I'm just imagining the stands from the Sims 4 Get Famous, and they would come to your house and harass you for autographs.
Stan from
Really, I'm thinking of like
the
Dear
song.
John.
Yeah,
Really?
from Eminem.
Okay, well, Stan is also used as a name for a super fan of somebody.
Yeah, that's created by Eminem.
Yeah.
That word, Stan,
That's what I was just thinking, though. The behavior just reminds me of The Sims 4 when they would come in and they'd harass you for your autograph and then knock over your bin on the way out.
Yeah, I had. I can picture what's in that guy's book. Dear John, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my soul, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom.
You know what? He's probably been writing them for weeks. Oh, man.
Well, you're so slack, bro. Don't let the guy stand as much as he wants, okay?
It's a great song, by the way. Still fucking.
What a song.
Still fucking hits.
I actually saw it playing on MTV a couple months ago. I was at my auntie's and I was with my little cousin. She was there. She's like 14 or 15. I think she's 15. I don't know. And I'm like, listen, this is what real music sounds like. I'm like, this is the shit I grew up to.
Yeah.
And I'm telling her, like, listen to the lyrics carefully. There's a mad story behind it. And I'm waiting for the best part to come. And they fucking cut half of Eminem's last verse.
No. Yeah,
like,
okay.
No, this is not right. Like,
it's MTV.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't play this. Like, they play like a quarter of his verse, but they cut out the part of like them finding the tape, and they cut out the part of him talk. Like, it's
but if you remember the lyrics, like I remember watching. I saw it recently. I might have been just like on YouTube. They were talking about hits or something like that, and then I'm like, oh shit, yeah, Stan. I watched it again, but I remember that last. Yeah, from when he finds the car crash, like that last letter that he writes, pretty wonka. Like I could see why
they cut half of it out. Yeah, like how am I going to show someone? Like I'm trying to show him like this is real fucking shit, not this new generation of.
This is why MTV's fucking dead.
It's trash.
It's just garbage.
Until MTV puts Moey Don't Worry on their show, then they ain't worth $1.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could happen.
You never know. Hey, going back to that thing about my mum being proud of me, she was actually more proud of my Moey Don't Worry track than she's been for me in the last 10 years. She wants me to make a song about her. I'm like, no, get out of here. And I didn't even want her to hear the song because the song is literally All the Bitches Love Me. Like, I don't want my mum to hear that shit.
I mean, this is it, though. If you make that kind of content, you're going to have to be prepared to show your mother, all right?
Oh, yeah, I don't care. She can see it, but like...
it is what it is.
Fuck, I don't care. Man.
But what you say, like it ain't shit until whatever. Let me tell you this fucking. So I grew up with a mate who I'm trying to get on the fucking podcast. He's a controversial individual. You'll love him, but he's also no, he's Italian.
Then I love him already. As long as he's not lebo, we're fine.
He's Italian. He for a very large period of his life, he looked and sounded like a LEG. Loves fat pizza and is an Oz hip hop star.
So he's literally an Italian name. Even though he's me. Because I have an Italian name, so he's me.
So like I met this kid on the naughty boys table in high school, literally. Like we both got in trouble, got sat next to each other on the naughty boys table, and then we just we just hanged out ever since, right? He's a crazy motherfucker. Every crazy story that I have of like growing up in high school, he's there. He did it. It's his fault. Yeah. Anyway, Oz hip hop with his thing. He recorded some fucking just stellar classic hits in high school. My favorite being Fish and Chips. Everyone's favorite being Fish and Chips, I should say. he hates that song because everyone talks way too much about it. So he did did a bit of this, a bit of that. But we grew up in a country town where there's fucking nothing, right? So it's hard to make music and meet people that are into the same sort of stuff you are when there's only so many people in town.
1,000 people
until one day, Channel V announced that they were doing a world tour. Well, not a world tour, a national tour. Channel V, the rival to MTV. It's like Australians MTV, I guess.
Yeah, Channel V's OG.
OG, right? So anyway, they were going to go around town. They were going to put on little like music festivals and all these other towns and stuff like that. And they were coming to my hometown, Mildura, and they were also doing rap battles live on TV. And we're like, fuck yes, this is it. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. And he went for it. Got up on stage, full on rap battle live on Channel V. Mate, it was wild. I don't even remember. Like, they don't really make winners. I think they like pick finalists and then invite them to come to some major show or something like that. I can't even remember. It was so long ago. I just remember, he got on TV, got to do his rap, and I think I've got it somewhere saved on a VHS tape. I should really dig it out and digitize that shit and put it on YouTube because that'll be amazing. But I'll get him on the podcast one day because he's got some wild stories. But
if you want this podcast to hit like its maximum potential and you want the most viewers, I challenge him right now to a rap battle on your podcast. I want to rap battle with Mr. Fish and Chips.
I just I don't want to use up all his content, but he's like, eventually he got to the point where he was doing full on rap battles, and there was lots of underground rap battles that I went to with him here in Melbourne, and it was an experience to say the least. So he's well versed in battling. I
would like to meet Mr. Habib.
I will send him this portion of the podcast, and I'll say, "You've been called out, son. What are you going to do?"
Send it to him. I reckon I can take him on. I reckon I can.
He's pretty. Yeah, he's a top bloke. But yeah, it's wild. But my point is, you joke about getting on MTV. It might just fucking happen. You just don't know.
I'd love to, honestly. As much as I would be pissed off if my mum listening to it, I don't give a shit, because if I'm making money, I'll cartwheel naked to make money on TV.
You've got that shit on Spotify now, yeah?
Spotify, Apple Music, everything, bro. I've got a couple hundred listens, bro. I'm about to get paid.
You get that 13 cents per 1,000 listens or whatever the fuck it is?
I don't think it's 13 cents.
Per 1,000.
That's 0.003 per listen.
Yeah.
Per 30 seconds.
Do you ever hear about, I forget the name of the band, but they stooged the system so much that they had to change it. But they released it as a silent album on Spotify, and then they convinced all their fans just to listen to it on repeat until they got paid, basically. Some decent amount of money.
As long as it goes for longer than 30 seconds, you get paid for it.
Yeah, but they got paid a lot for it.
For nothing.
For nothing, listening to silence.
Well, fuck, if anyone here listens to Aussie rap, search up Moey Don't Worry on Apple Music and Spotify and just fucking play it on repeat all night, bro, and I'll get paid. And if I get paid 10 grand, I'll give everyone $1. Whoever listens.
Oh, I can get a fucking $1. I'll get paid. That makes me a professional.
Yeah, you get professional, bro. I'm going to start paying you to listen to my shit, but you only get paid after I get paid.
It sounds like a pyramid scheme, kind of.
I mean, I'm always down for a side hustle, so let's go.
What's that?
I'm doing surveys to make money. People asking me how many kids I have, where I live. I tell them, and they give me money. All that sort of stuff.
You ever done focus groups before?
Yeah, they want me to do virtual focus groups.
Oh, okay. You haven't done. I've done in-person focus groups. It's weird.
What's a focus group?
I was supposed to do one for the Fortress, and I never went.
They put you in a room. Well, this is from a company that does it. So basically, it's like they put you in a room, and they'll be like, okay, so we have these two smells. Which one smells better? And you go, well, this one smells better. You go, okay, interesting. And out of these two colors, which color do you like? And then it'll be like, I think one of them that I went to was like they were testing marketing material for a movie, and they just wanted to know which one would catch your eye, which one was more appealing, stuff like that. And they just literally, they get a bunch of people, ask them what they think for 2 hours, they feed them, they pay them, and they send them home.
They pay you?
Yeah, they pay you. It was like fucking, I think I did one for paint once, And
Sydney focus groups.
And it was like
SydneyFocusGroups.com.au.
I got like $200 for 3 hours work.
$200.
Yeah.
The fuck am I doing with my life? Whoa! Focus group participants usually get paid between $80 to $150. That's fucking 2 to 4 times a year.
In the past, I've done the ones, and my mother still does them, where you get shipped a box full of different grocery items, like new stuff.
Yeah, we used to do that. You used to get garbage, though.
Well, she's been getting some really good stuff, so she, even if she doesn't like it, she'll just keep it for somebody else and make a bullshit review.
I don't remember what it was called, but they sent, like, every month they'll send you a box of random grocery stuff, and then you get it, provided that you review it, and that's it. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Earn $130 to eat food. What? Sydney CBD or paragraph starts 2017, ends 2017. What the fuck?
I don't even know where you are. What are you doing?
I'm on fucking rtr.com.au, bro.
I don't know what that is.
Real-time research. Marketing research.
Rabbit hole.
It's gone way down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I've just decided I'm going to quit work and just either
people do it. Like
be a fucking focus group guy or just be on TV, make my own show.
I have like a list of side hustles I can send you because like I've been.
You know what? Can you send it to me? And I feel like I'll make a great show of me just recording myself trying these side hustles.
Yeah, some of mine are very specific. Like I make clothes for VTuber models and I put them on an online store and I have like this passive income that comes in from it.
Oh yeah, no, I can't do that. No, I definitely can't.
No, you need something that requires no skill. Like just saying that you don't want to do it. Anything, you just want to get paid.
Fucking oath.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna make an OnlyFans.
Just do it.
Yeah, I will. I just upload photos of.
Effort.
No, not if I'm uploading just photos of Pez's face.
Put Pez on OnlyFans. Don't even tell him. Just be like, Pez, you're looking good today. Can you just sort of flex a little bit? Snap.
Yeah, just send me a selfie, please.
Next minute, like he's like talking to somebody and they go, "Hey, don't I know you from?"
Yeah, don't I know.
No, mate, what you talking about, mate? No idea.
Oh my god!
I'm just gonna catfish everyone as Pez on OnlyFans.
You could. What's stopping you from doing that apart from Pez finding
the
out?
law?
No, not the law. Maybe Pez.
Sure it's like slightly illegal.
I mean, only if they catch you, right?
Yeah, but if he gives me permission, then I'm fine.
Yeah.
Nah, it's funnier if you're just taking pictures of him and posting them. Oh shit! I'm gonna start a Pez OnlyFans.
Don't give me ideas. Onlypez.com. And it's just photos of Pez. It's funny. I'm looking up. I got a photo of him on my wall, and on that photo frame is a guitar pick with a photo of him. I'm not even joking. I have a guitar pick with his face on it.
Fucking oath.
I don't even play guitar, bro.
I mean, you do if you're Pez.
Yeah, fuck it up. I think he gave it to me in high school, and I just found it in like my old Velcro wallet I used to carry in high school.
Oh my god.
Oh, the shit, bro.
That was the shit. I think even I had a Velcro wallet.
Bro, I used to have Velcro shoes. That shit was fire.
I was told I wasn't allowed to do that. My parents didn't know. I just got whatever the cheapest pair of shoes they could find was.
My dad used to take shoes from jail, from weekend detention, and he used to give them to me. Like 30, 40 pairs of TNs, bro. It was the best thing ever. I had so many TNs. He'd just rip them from everyone in weekend detention.
Fucking hell.
Good days, bro. Good days. Once I took a photo, I put it on Facebook. Actually, no. It was on Bebo.
Oh my god.
Days. Yeah, because we used to flex on the libos. Sorry?
That somebody recreated MySpace and brought it back out. I saw it on TikTok. I think it's called Spicely or something like that.
I mean, MySpace still exists.
MySpace is open, yeah.
Yeah, but like OG MySpace, like
how
it was when people were editing their own like HTML coding.
You had your top 8.
Your top friends, and like if somebody like slightly annoyed you, you'd passive aggressively move them down.
And you could play obnoxious music whenever someone visits your profile.
Yeah.
Oh,
so somebody recreated that, so that's like going around again.
I remember I went to a Black Eyed Peas concert, and there was 2 support acts. One was Calvin Harris, which no one's ever heard of.
I know Calvin Harris.
Yeah, everyone knows him now. This is a while ago. And the other one was LAFMO, whatever it is, right?
LMFA.
Yeah. And no one knew who they were, because I'm like, who the fuck are these supports? Should we even bother showing up? Should we go to the pub beforehand? And the only website that they had at that time was MySpace. They had no other internet presence whatsoever. So you could go and listen to their 3 tracks on MySpace. But Black Eyed Peas had brought them out as their support act, and then they just blew up like the next year when they actually released their first album, stuff like that. But for musicians, like it was MySpace and nothing for social media.
If my MySpace account is still up, let's see. Vince.
I think mine's deserted, died.
People, I may have found it, but there's no photo. Seems like the link's broken.
But yeah, it's MySpace still exists. It's just a very different demographic. But I have no idea otherwise. Like I literally like have been in not focus groups, but like workshops and stuff like that where people are talking about growing your social media and being an influencer and content creator and all that stuff. No one even mentions MySpace anymore. It's on no one's radar whatsoever. So anyway, make sure you follow the ZLB podcast on MySpace website coming soon. First 8 people to follow gets in my top 8. I don't know if they even still do that. Do they even do that?
I should be your top number 1.
I don't have MySpace.
Number 2. It will be too fucking.
Anyway, fuck MySpace.
Yeah, I'm fucking bro. You keep putting me in rabbit holes. Now I'm on MySpace trying to find my old.
You are
old mate Tom.
Oh yeah, Tom.
Is that his name Tom from MySpace?
What does Tom look like now?
Seedy.
He literally uses the same profile picture. Like he has a Twitter account and he uses the same profile picture.
I found a photo of him.
Is he even a person or is he a bot? Like, is he a robot?
No, he's a real person.
No, he's a real person.
Okay.
I think he sold MySpace before, just after it got big, and he lives a good life now.
I'm gonna take us on a bit of a tangent here because I feel like we've talked enough about fucking social media and stuff like that. But talking about robots and whether or not they're real or not, have you guys seen the Spider-Man from the Disney Studios, whatever it is, and
the animatronic?
Yeah. So for the first time I saw it, I'm like, it's Spider-Man because he's like on the roof. He's like, hey, look out, I gotta jump over, and then like he disappears behind a wall, and he just this massive fucking leap over the building. And I'm like, holy shit! Imagine doing that every day. It's not even a person. It's a robot.
You didn't know it was a robot?
I didn't know it was a robot.
Until
I saw it fail.
Oh.
And
hold on a damn second.
What?
That's a fucking robot.
Yeah, it's a robot.
So at the Avengers campus at the Disney parks, yeah, that's a robot.
That does the jump.
They basically got a robot that does the trapeze, basically.
Whoa!
It's nuts, right? Thank you. Shelby, that is the appropriate response to that thing's a robot.
I'm only normal about it.
That's a robot.
Have a look. I'll just put it in the podcast channel, right? Have a look at this video.
Look, I'm not surprised because I saw the robot development videos before it was Spider-Man in the lead up to the Avengers campus being opened. So I've known about it for quite a while now.
That's
nuts. A motherfucking robot.
So then anyway, in that video I saw the robot fails and just smashes into the wall. And everyone's like, oh shit, Spider-Man.
Oh, that's the one you just said, yeah?
Yeah. Because he fucking wipes out. Because when I saw that, I'm like, holy shit, that man died. But no, it's a robot.
Look, the thing about that wipeout video is that it looks like an actual human crashing into the wall. Like the way his arms just go like limp it's too much like an actual person dying. Yeah, that's hard to explain to the kids, right?
Apparently, like there's a longer version of it, and the actor pops up. He's like, "Oh, I'll just be out in a second." Just like runs down the stairs instead. But yeah, I had no idea that they're just launching a robot over the fucking. That's nuts. That blew my mind away.
That is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Oh man, it's so cool.
I can't believe that's a robot.
Yeah, it's so realistic. I love it. It's cool.
I want a pet robot.
You want a pet robot?
Yeah, imagine that.
You get one of those eye dogs from the early 2000s.
Nah, not those. I want a proper one.
Surely there's better ones now. It's been another 20 years. Where's my robot? Where's my robot?
I grew up with the fur real friends. Like
where's my elephant?
I always really wanted the fur real friends panda and the fur real friends horse, but I had a little kitten and dog instead. They were very cool.
There we go. Here's a white plush robot cat. $28.
Okay. I was watching his YouTube video and I was talking about like the must-have toys of this generation, and it made me remember that they used to get that there was a toy baby that you could feed and then it used to poop and you have to change its nappy.
Baby Born.
Yeah.
I had baby born.
Why?
I have a video of
Because I
my
was like
sister opening one.
5. Of course I had a baby born.
Every girl had it at 5.
Here's the thing: I got my baby born secondhand, but also my mother didn't want me to do the whole feeding thing with it because it would be messy, right? Because like then you get food stuck in.
But that's the whole point of buying it. Why don't you just buy a fucking doll otherwise?
So anyway, I got a baby born, but I was not allowed to feed it.
Wait, hang on. Go back a step. What do you say that like it gets dirty and gets like mold?
Okay, because the mouth hole is connected to the butthole, so you imagine food getting stuck in the tube and then just getting moldy.
I'm going to take that out of context because that's great. The mouth hole is connected to the butthole.
Like, right? Like,
so does that mean like you hose it out?
I always just really wanted all the accessory sets that came with it.
I just wanted to bring it up because when you think about it, it's kind of a fucked toy to give to a kid.
Well, there was one that was worse. That was like a...
Hey, here's a baby toy. Here's a toy baby. It poops.
There was one that was worse. That was this baby. That was a really cartoonish doll. And it had like a mouth that would make chewing motions. It was a robotic mouth. And it got recalled in a lot of places because kids' hair was getting stuck in the baby's mouth and it was just eating their hair.
Oh my God.
And like getting wrapped up in the motors. It's, yeah, there was definitely some interesting things.
Yes. I mean, there was a... Oh man, I hate this rabbit hole that I'm going, but we're going down it. But there was a toy that was like I think it was in the same video. They heavily hinted at something, but basically, if you can imagine, it's like the size of probably half the size of like a football, right? And it was just a mouth on a stand, and then you put stuff in it, and it like chews it, and makes like a chewing motion with the anyway. Before you get your mind in the gutter with what to do with it, it was a money box where you put your coins in it and it would eat them into the money box.
Those things are scary looking.
Yes.
Yeah.
And no one did anything else with them ever.
Oh my God.
Did you have one?
No, God, no. I didn't even know this thing existed until I saw it on YouTube. But then it's like, oh, I see. I see why this is problematic.
I just double checked about that baby doll with the moving mouth.
Yeah.
And it was actually a Cabbage Patch Kid that was doing it. And it was also biting kids' fingers. That's why.
Stop, Charlie, stop.
Have you seen oh my God, have you seen the Arab Charlie Bit Me?
What do you mean as an Arab?
Oh my God. Yeah, I'll link it. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
What? Oh no. No!
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
They definitely saw the video and just did it, right?
Yeah. The noise he made.
Oh, okay, all right. They don't even look like kids.
That's Charlie.
There's got to be like like the Charlie bit my finger thing, right? That is TikTok before TikTok came out. Like it was a video 100%. That people watched it and they went, I'm going to recreate this, and then put it all up, and then there was 1,000 different Charlie bit my fingers. It's exactly.
I'm going to make a Charlie bit me with Pez tomorrow.
And put it on TikTok? Yeah. Just make sure you got your Rolex there as well. Just sort of get an angle. So like as he's biting your finger.
I don't know where my Rolex is.
How can you not know where your Rolex is? You're not going to get any likes on TikTok.
You reckon? What if I wear a fucking big gold watch? And Gucci sunnies.
Just wear multiple watches.
Oh, like that photo with me with 4 watches and $15.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear 2 bum bags as well. I had a lady once at work gift me $600 Gucci sunglasses.
No way.
Joke. I swear to God.
So this is a perfect segue into a topic that I put in this channel. When did I put this? I put this thing in here. What's that? 20th of January, right? The train man. You know, the train man from TikTok and stuff like that? The guy who likes trains and wears that weird helmet camera that makes his face all...
And now he's a Gucci model?
He's a Gucci model now. He went from making train videos about literally standing on the side of the road going, there's a train coming. Look at it. And now he's a Gucci model. Sponsored by Gucci.
What's this guy's name?
I don't know. I call him
find out.
Train Guy. Oh, hang on. It's Francis Bulgaris.
That's not Bulgaris.
Bourgeois.
Burgess.
Sure. I looked up train guy and I found him, all right?
I put in an article for you.
So yeah, now he makes TikToks about buying Gucci suits to go look at trains. I mean, is this guy living your dream?
All right, we need to find a train track and stand Vince next to it.
Stand me on the train track, bro. Let that fucking train hit me if this guy's modeling for Gucci.
He's sponsored by Gucci now. He makes their Gucci social media.
And
what do you mean? I'm sponsored by ZombiesLvBacon.
I don't have Gucci anything for you, man.
I don't need Gucci, bro. As long as I've got the sponsorship, then we start talking.
Okay, yeah, no worries. We're gonna get into that. What market are we in?
Rap market.
Rap market.
Rap market.
Yeah.
His videos pop up all the time and I see it. I'm like, oh, this guy loves trains. There's nothing to be else to be said about this. It's just wholesome. Guy likes trains, right? Then next week he's like, I have to go to Gucci and pick out a suit before we check out this train. And then he goes into a Gucci store and they fit him out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? When did that happen? When did that connection come? Maybe
Sorry, go.
Maybe train drivers like Gucci? I don't know. This is all I had to say.
It's because they did a series where they did like a suit that made people look like they were a train conductor. So they got him. And it was like
but why? Why did they do that?
Train cap. I don't know, because Gucci's weird.
Gucci's weird. There you go. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Gucci's weird. I just found out that you can actually see the videos you've liked on TikTok. So what happened to me was I was at my cousin's house a couple of days ago and I made a TikTok of my younger cousin because he's got emo hair. And this TikTok, I forgot what it's called.
You know what else they added to TikTok? You can now see when people look at your profile. You can see who looked at your profile. Yeah, but you have
to turn that on.
Oh, it's on.
So this one here. Tonight will be the night. Yeah, I know that one. So I made one of him. Anyway, my cousin's like, oh, she's like 15, and she's like, oh, I'm like, how do I save it? So I just put it on my phone and not on TikTok. She's like, oh, you make it private, blah blah blah. So then I realized I had like 6 other private videos, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I didn't realize that. And I go, oh, what's this button? And apparently it's a love heart. And I pressed it, and it shows everything that you liked on TikTok.
Yeah.
Bro, it's just half naked girls everywhere.
I mean, do you like half naked girls?
Yeah, fucking oath.
Well, then it's, I don't know what you expected, honestly.
No, it was just freaky. I didn't realize that attracts you like, because it's funny. It's half naked girls and then Pez.
I mean, yeah, I don't see any issues.
I'd rather half naked Pez, to be honest with you.
Well, my issue is that most of the time, most of my stuff is like it's half naked girl adjacent. So because I like so many gaming videos as well, that I get cosplayers like constantly.
Shelby, what are your thoughts on this?
In terms of like what your For You page looks like? Like no, mine
is Shelby's is boobs most of the time.
Okay, mine is like a combination of like titties, which is great. Videos that seem to be constantly diagnosing me with a new mental illness, which is concerning. Videos of like I get targeted videos saying basically like pregnancy videos, like I should get pregnant, which is really concerning. I don't want that. And a lot of cooking videos.
All right, so let me break down TikTok for you because it's fascinating, right? Because in the realm of social media, because everyone's listening and always watching you, right? That's facts, right? You're on the internet, they know what's going on. All right, Shelby looks at a pink keyboard. I get nothing but pink keyboards in my fucking search history because they know that we're similar, right? But TikTok is like having someone looking over your shoulder at you looking at TikTok and being like, oh, I saw what you did there. Okay, so you like that, do you? All right then. And like they're just like, it's like aggressively algorithm to you, all right? If you look at something for 3 seconds longer than you looked at something else, it says that's bad, this is good. You like these from now on. So if you, and this is the thing, right? If you go, like my problem is I might be flicking through TikTok, waiting for fucking spreadsheet to load, blah, blah, blah. And then my phone answers, I answer the phone, I drop my mobile down on the ground and like answer the work phone. And it's playing on loop the one fishing video that it was going to show me while I'm on the phone and hang up. It goes, wow, you watched that fishing video 38 times. You must really like fishing. And I get nothing but fishing videos from there onwards. I'm like, shit, no, it breaks my algorithm. So back in the day when I used to let the cat like play with it used to wreck my algorithm and I get all these fucking weird ass videos that has nothing to do with it. And that's probably where I discovered Train Guy. But it's tracked. So the way it works, because there's some cool features that TikTok's added. All right. So how long you stay on the video. If you scroll into their profile, that's like a double like, right? If you like the video or you comment, that's like more likes again. So you could score. So like it's like a scoring system. So you watched it for 10 seconds, that's +1. You watched it all the way through, that's +2. You liked it, +3, so on and so forth. And that's how the algorithm figures it all out. If you get to a video and then you instantly close TikTok and leave it, that's like a -3 towards that video, and they'll stop showing that video. Like they'll show it to less people now because you left the platform. It was so bad. So, but if you like clicked it, shared it, you can even repost them now. So it'll actually take a video that you see in your timeline and then it'll show it to your friends that are following you. So you can actually do, it's like retweeting, but it doesn't say that Shelby retweeted this. It'll just share it as if you made that video to everyone.
One of the concerning things about the TikTok algorithm I find is that if you're in close geographical location with somebody and they're using TikTok, your account is likely to show up on theirs. Even
that
if
happens
you don't
with Instagram as well and Facebook.
Yes. I was always somebody who wanted to stay very private with my online life from my family. However, it got to a point where my mother was seeing ilati show up on her For You
Hello.
page. And she's like, "Isn't this your boyfriend drinking drinks out of a
Nope.
boot in a Snorlax costume, eating butter?" And I'm like, "Well, unfortunately, yes."
That's a weird kink. Who's that guy?
But I always take like every precaution to avoid my family finding my profiles and stuff like that. But
yeah, but that's because they think that if you see like a familiar restaurant or street or person, that you're more likely to stay on the platform and read and then stalk that person.
It's fucking strange.
But that's human nature, and that's why the system's ultimate goal is for you to stay on their platform and watch all their ads, right? So anything that you do, whether or not you like to admit it, it will keep going. So it goes, "Hey, Shelby, you like titties? I'm going to show you more titties." All right?
It's not even just titties; it's lesbian thirst traps, and it's great.
Right, so then it goes to me. He goes, "You like games and titties? Here's cosplay, right?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, all right, I'm in here." All right, it goes to Vince. It goes, "Here you go. You want naked ladies and rap from here he goes." And just because you stay on the platform. There's no one who ever goes, "Oh, this is TikTok." Scrolls through it for 10 minutes because I didn't find a single thing I liked. Because it figures you out so quickly. And it's just a crazy beast of a technology for that. Like that algorithm is just fucking insane.
So far ahead, yeah. It's fun, bro. Even Instagram, same thing. I have customers that come into work, like fucking hot girls. They come in for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, they leave, and then they come up on my people you may know on Instagram. And I'm just like, what the fuck? But I think what happens is the phones just bounce signal off each other, and then
I mean, it's like it'll be that like if you've ever posted anything and tagged a spot, like a geographical spot, and then someone else posts and tags a geographical spot that's nearby, they say that you guys are traveling in the same space, and therefore you're not acquaintances, but you're in the same space. So then they just sort of share your content to each other. It's just stuff that makes you stay on the platform more. That's all. That's all it is. And it's just kind of it's wild. Is all I'd say. It's wild. I don't like. You can go to Google and you can actually look up what Google thinks you are, like from your search history and stuff like that. Like Google has a profile on you.
My Google simultaneously thinks that I have 3 kids, but I also have none.
How do you do this?
I'm in Google it.
I'll find you a link to instructions.
But I forget what it is. It's basically it's like an AdSense profile, right? So like it's for your targeted advertising. But it's depending on like if you share your information from your emails, because there's an option for that. If you let your Google Home devices listen to you, there's an option for that. There's a whole heap of shit. So you can actually go and you can see what Google thinks of you. And I think for me, it's my problem is that I'm so random because I have such a public side, like from streaming and YouTube and everything else, that it can't quite figure out what the fuck's going on with me. But at the same time, I can't quite figure out what the fuck's going on with me. So it's whatever.
So I have I just put in the link and I'm just seeing what Google thinks about me. Apparently I'm married, by the way, if you didn't know.
For those who are wondering, it's adssettings.google.com. All right.
Where does it show you your marital status?
It's listed in the big list of topics.
It says here you applied for Married at First Sight. Wild.
Big list of topics.
I'm into fitness, financial planning.
Fitness burger in my mouth. Oh, sorry.
True. I'm into moving and relocating, so we'll get out of here, apparently.
Wow, okay.
Organic and natural food. I'm into the outdoors, which I didn't know I was. I'm into payroll services. I like shooter games, which is not really true. I'm into urban public transport. I can't remember the last time I've gotten on a tram or a train.
But you've Googled this shit, yeah? Like you've tried to figure out how to get somewhere once before, and you've Googled
Probably
it.
Google Maps, yeah, I guess. I'm interested in used vehicles. No, I'm not. I've never looked at a used vehicle in my life. I don't have a driver's license.
But this is where it might be a little bit of like my shit from the IP coming in on you.
I'm interested in women's interests.
Oh.
I'm interested in playroom and nurseries. So apparently have a baby. Yeah, it's a little. I
just like to paint a picture for those listening. I've just clicked the link that Shelby's done here and go into it. Mm-hmm. And there's over 100 things here that it's listed for me. And I gotta say, it's like 80 to 90% correct.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, I was just reading out the really.
Pretty onto it. Like it knows I've got an iPhone. Knows I'm into gaming. It knows what sort of games. It knows I've got a cat. It's like knows I got a credit card.
Did it get your age right? I'm assuming.
Got my age right. Got my sex right. Knows my movies that I like. I
got language wrong. It says I speak English and I don't know what this is. Cebuano?
It's a bueno. No bueno.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. It says I'm into women's interest. I'm interested in women. Is that interest?
Apparently I'm interested in men, so. Yeah.
I've also clicked. It also says here the categories that I've asked like to see less of and stuff that I've turned off as well.
Yeah, mine is alcohol and gambling.
I've turned off. So I must have at some point seen an ad and said, I don't want to see this. I've turned off mature women in your area.
Hey, can you send it to me?
I think you just Google it over and over again until it comes up, and it says it says it likes to show me ads for alcohol and gambling. I mean, I guess, but yeah, it's funny. It's pretty good. But yeah, so if you ever wondered, like if you listen here or go, fuck, I have no idea. This is again like we didn't fill out a form or anything. This is just from Google searches and anything you've opted to share your data with, basically. Although me and Shelby we've got Google Homes everywhere that are listening, so.
And that's tied to your Google account.
It's probably why I'm so into women's interests.
That's right. I got rid of all my
the only thing I ever say to the Google is like to set timers or
but it listens.
Play specific artists.
It listens.
Yeah.
That's true. The mic's always on listening for the. I'm not going to say the word because I still have one Google product here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't care. Like I said, I'm very public anyway, so it's like shit's going out on the internet. I mean, imagine if they scared this podcast for topics and then turned that into a profile on us. They would just think that we're a bunch of cooked individuals. That's for sure.
I said terrorism before, so I'm going straight to jail.
You just said it again. What are you doing?
Terrorism.
No!
Terry.
Damn it. We are on a list.
Did you know I'm interested in calculators? Just wondering if you knew that.
No, that's because you've been talking about calculated.
Yeah, probably.
Calculated attacks.
No, stop! You know what? This podcast will get the most listens ever because so many government agents have to listen.
Yeah, ASIO's on our ass, guys.
Oh shit!
What you want though? Sometimes you just want ASIO to knock on your door. It's a good way to get out of work, you know.
Oh man, Let's not talk about ASIO on a public platform on the fucking. Do you know how many podcasts I'm sure they already have to keep track of because of the shit that people say in podcasts in particular? So
especially these fucking dirty Lebanese TikTokers that are on podcasts.
That is its own.
Yeah,
category.
fuck, I hate them all. Fuck, I hate TikTok, and I hate every Lebo on TikTok, and I can say it because I'm Lebo.
Do not tie any of his previous comments to his hate speeches right now. He doesn't mean it like that.
I fucking hate Lebos.
Oh man, let's hope nothing.
No. Don't hate yourself. That's really, you should love yourself.
We invited you here.
I hate myself. I just hate Lebos. I hate those ops. They're out there to get me, you know. They're trying to fucking take my fame. Can't be having that.
Oh my god.
That's why I'm here representing the Walla Loves Bacon podcast.
The Walla Loves Bacon. It's still the
I'm looking at that Google ad setting still. It thinks I have a bachelor's degree, which I'm really glad that it thinks I'm more educated than I am.
I mean, I would think you have a bachelor's degree.
I have half a bachelor's degree.
Same.
I'm 11 credits away from getting a bachelor's degree.
I have 2 half degrees.
And what those degrees going to do for you?
Oh, ScoMo's on the footy, the fucking dog of a cunt.
All right.
Go fucking do your fucking work, you cunt. Don't support Cronulla. He's at the game. My degrees, I have half a degree in computer science and the other half in policing. Yeah,
policing?
That's right, policing. Yeah,
I have half a degree in veterinary science.
Ooh,
and like a quarter of a degree, I guess, would be the counselling.
How come you can't fix the cat then?
I can't. Well, I didn't get up to my behaviorist section, but also
Yeah,
and then another quarter would be the public relations stuff. So.
Holy shit! Well, I'm mindful of time. We don't want to go too over time. It's a pretty hectic first episode back.
Although the next one's crazier.
Apparently, like it's only uphill from here, right?
Yeah, 100%.
100%. 100%.
Jeez, YG 400.
But yeah, let's start wrapping things up here. We're back. Vince is going to be around more, unfortunately. Fortunately, sorry, I got my words mixed up.
No, it's all right. I'll forgive you.
Yeah, good. I mean, I think we should do our plugs like we always do. I think we need. Is it Moey Don't Worry on on Apple Music, Spotify, like.
Apple Music, Spotify's Moey Don't Worry. Twitter is Vince SF, but I get followed by OnlyFans bots, so disregard all that. And my PayPal is paypal.me/VinceSF. If you want to donate to me, I'm a sick cunt.
Oh my god. Okay. Well,
that's all my plugs.
Good. Shelby, do you have plugs that you would like to plug?
You can find everything about me at shellbunny.com, or you can find me on Ko-fi as Shellbunny, and please commission me. I need money. Thank you.
All the money.
I'm gonna just say that it's ZombiesLvBacon everywhere, and I'm not gonna just beg for monty like the other two because it's a very sad sounding to a podcast. But we're back. We'll be back every week recording podcasts until we all get COVID again. Make sure you follow the ZLB podcast on Twitter. We'll be posting up some other bits and pieces there for those who want to see some of the stuff that we talked about. I might even put a link to Moey's song there, so you can check that out.
I'll give you guys. I'll actually send you one of the tracks that's coming out on the EP. You can use that. So
sick.
Fucking world premiere on the ZombiesLvBacon podcast. Sorry, I almost said Discord.
Anyway, thanks for listening. Make sure you like and share and tell your friends. We've got a big year ahead of us on all major streaming platforms. ZLBpodcast. Check it all out. Thanks for listening and have a fantastic week. See you all next week. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, mate.